Welcome to biology class, and wait, that's not Mr. Morton. Bummer.
We shall study the ecology of the pond.
Well, doesn't it bother them to be moved from their natural habitat?
Get real, Kelly. Who would miss sitting in stagnant water all day?
A few things here. First, apparently there is a pond behind the football field, so you know that's going to fit into the story. Second, Kelly's question is legitimate.
Well, doesn't it bother them to be moved from their natural habitat?
It does. And how dare Lisa dismiss Kelly like that? The class could meet at the pond to observe the animals in their natural habitat. But no! Bring them into the school to leave over the weekend. It's fine. Then again, this turtle probably doesn't mind. Hey, not Mr. Morton. I think I hit this duck in the head with a baseball. I'm not going to check its head, but the duck is just dazed. Since it's Friday, can I take it home with me to make sure it's okay? I'm a high school biology teacher. I see no problem with you taking a wild animal into your home for the weekend. Now, how can we make Mr. Belding more pathetic?
Look, I know this duck. I feed her every day at the pond behind the football field.
Oh, yeah, you feed this duck?
Well, not only this duck, but Lyle, Sammy, Manny.
It's not pathetic that he feeds ducks every day. That sounds rather nice. No, it's the names.
I'm talking to my friend Becky. But Lyle, Sammy, Manny.
But giving animals names is like the most fun part.
I bet you name all the ducks in your pond, too, eh?
Sir, if you want to exclude ducks, I don't care to know you.
Duck Norris,
Duck Showalter.
Uncle Duck,
Feather Locklear,
Duck Bill Clinton.
Quack Morris,
Quack Nicholson,
Quacker and Zeta Jones.
Nickel Quack.
Mad Quacks, Fury Road.
Quack Klansman. A Spike Lee joint.
Even more pathetic for Mr. Belding? Becky is his wife's name.
Oh, duck meat.
So, you got any plot hints for us, Mr. Belding?
I have to go to the football field. Hey, we're putting a new goalpost.
Well, that sounds good to Screech. He's the team's water boy.
I'm the H2O distribution engineer.
Now, where have I heard another young Jewish actor portraying an awkward only child say something like that?
I lost my position as the team's water distribution engineer.
Yeah, the water boy!
I love my mama very much. Now you know that.
What the? A duck in the Max? Is Max around? He's not, so Kelly does the cheesy heavy lifting.
I've had ducks before. I know what they eat. What? A box of Quackers!
That got my dad to laugh. Then here comes Slater with some news. We don't see his feet, but Wardrobe put him in cleats anyway. You can tell as he slides across the floor.
Guys, you'll never guess what happened when they were putting up the new goalposts.
As you can see by Slater's pants and hand, it's believed the school hit an oil pipeline. Well, gee, I wonder what things would look like if Bayside had really struck oil. Then we get over 2.5 minutes, over a tenth of the episode, of an Oil-Rich Bayside Fantasy. It's pretty dumb, as our teens are under the impression that they would be rich and not the school district and community. But this is a fun show for kids with a wacky premise, and these kids just want a dream. So let's see what they collectively conjure up. Well, you know we're manifesting wealth when we have so many maps and globes scattered about the classroom. And apparently a rich Zack also equals a well-read Zack. But not a wants-to-study Zack, as this kindly teacher is unceremoniously shown the door. And Mr. Belding is the butler? Well, this is a fantasy. So rich Zack reads, Rich Slater is part of a fox hunting club in Southern California? And Rich Lisa, looking fantastic as a flapper girl, shops.
Are you going to the mall?
Perish the thought! When you're rich, the mall comes to you.
2 notes here. 1, these girls are taller than Lisa. Is she also going to have the dresses tailored? And 2, that bell was similar to the one Zack used to summon Mr. Belding. Is there a different ring for shopping and 86ing teachers? Oh, my poor man ears didn't catch it at first. Lisa's bell rings higher. And check out Slater's pimp walk. What's Rich Jessie up to?
Are you comfortable, Miss Jessie?
Quiet, Belding. I'm tracking down environmental polluters. I'm gonna tie their noses to exhaust pipes until they go solar.
Huh? Create exhaust from fossil fuels to make people go to solar energy? That sounds like a flawed strategy. And not only because it seems a bit like murder. That is distinctly a lunch bell. And it looks like Kelly is still poor.
Don't talk to me like that. I'm the richest waitress in the world.
Yeah, Kelly bought the Max and renamed it Shay Kelly. And still works as a waitress? And as a student is married to Screech, who is suddenly Hollywood Middle Eastern? Wait a minute, Screech isn't daydreaming with the group? Who is fantasizing about him being married to Kelly?
Wouldn't you like to know? Probably your mama.
No, I'm pretty certain it's Kelly dreaming up that scenario. And weren't we in the middle of an episode?
There's no pipeline under the school. We strike it rich.
Dirty Screech is right. And at this assembly, we meet Dan Grayson, a VP at CalStar Oil. He promises big things for Bayside. But that's not what's important in this scene. No, look at Slater and Jesse. Aren't they supposed to be a couple? Why is Zack in the middle of them?
We have an opportunity to make Bayside the kind of school we've all dreamed of.
Great. The Laker girls are gonna teach phys ed.
You are a sexist pig.
And proud of it.
Oh, Zack is there so Slater is only verbally slapped. And that's not the only "we've got money, so let's go all in on cheerleaders" jokes.
Oil is still our best energy source.
Hey, we're glad it is, because we want a bigger gym and a cheerleader in every locker.
Now, I get why this guy is clapping. He likes the idea of athletic girls suffocating in his locker. But why is Molly also clapping for this? That very night, Jesse does not come through Zack's window and tries to convince the guys to fight the oil excavation.
This oil's been the best thing that has happened since I started school. Oh, not counting the time we put the Periscope in the girls' locker room.
What? I jokingly alt-titled the Red Flags rap as Bayside Porkies, and now it's come true! Zack and Screech put a Periscope in the girls' locker room.
Jesse, you look great in a towel. Now drop it.
Drop the subject or drop the towel? For this little Zack Morris is definitely trash moment, I thought it would be fun to have a picture up of Elizabeth Berkley with a towel, but I very quickly learned that anything implying a wet Elizabeth Berkley made for a very difficult image search. Then again, we could just wait for the next episode and get some video of it. Jesse leaves Zack with some anti-oil information, and then Screech says this.
I'll never forget how you looked in that towel, babe.
After seeing Jesse and Slater on the supposed outs, Screech seems to be trying to fill that Slater role.
Oh, hi, you cute little thing.
Oh, you're pretty cute yourself, Mama.
Zack displays some real connection with Becky and laments the end of their time together. Wait, did I say that right?
I wish I didn't have to take you to the pond tomorrow.
I did say that right. So today is Sunday, which means this oil meeting happened on a Sunday. Unless Zack, Screech, and Jesse all just happened to re-wear their oil meeting clothes again. What school meeting happens on a Sunday? So now it's definitely Monday, and Jessie is back on her rampage against school oil. While Zack makes out with Becky, Slater burns his supposed girlfriend.
Come on, Kelly. Oil causes pollution.
Hey, leave her alone, Jesse. Oil also runs cars, heats homes. Oh, it makes plastic earrings like the ones you're wearing.
Jesse learns that sometimes taking a hard stand, especially an unpopular one, can lead to a higher scrutiny of the protester. Mr. Phelps says it's time to take the animals back to the pond.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you, little fella.
No, you won't. You met that turtle Friday and didn't even like it. And Kelly's animal to take back is a crayfish, or a crawdad if you're from where I'm from. And I thought, you're just gonna carry that thing around out of water? But I've learned that they can survive out of water for days if their gills are kept moist.
What is that? It's the oil company disturbing our environment.
Yeah, the kids aren't too fond of that. And this scene presents us with the anti-boom. What does that mean? Well, listen to the difference in Zack's volume and vocal quality.
Oh, no, it's not. It's just a 2-ton woodpecker.
Okay. Come on, Becky.
Zack's voice is clear in the first clip.
Oh, no, it's not. It's just a 2-ton woodpecker.
But then it seems he goes all soft and echoey in the second clip, likely due to the boom operator not following him down.
Okay. Come on, Becky.
With the animals safely back at the pond, Jesse, Kelly, and Franklin somehow mock up an oil derrick to protest. The last time we had a protest, it involved Jesse and Kelly.
Belding is a sexist. Rah, rah, rah.
At least there's one real man in this school with enough guts to stand up for the environment.
Yes, I said Franklin is also there.
Not me. I just wanted to be chained to the head cheerleader and the school president. It's everything I dreamed it would be.
Don't touch me.
Ever try nerd love?
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
And it doesn't stop there.
Stop the shouting. Give me a kiss.
In the poetic words of the Lonely Island, let your hands flop around like a marionette. Pop your knees up and down and it chicken your neck.
Ever try nerd love?
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
And do the creep.
Yeah, Franklin is the horniest, creepiest nerd, and it is delightfully awful. Mr. Belding busts the protest by threatening suspensions.
Franklin, give me the key.
He swallowed it. You babes are his.
What? I've clearly been approaching women incorrectly my whole life. Apparently, nerd law says I can keep any lady I get chained up with as long as I swallow the key. Look out, Sarah Carter. That would be like chains and watching Saved by the Bell. Now, I'm going to let you revel in this obvious eye candy, as things get pretty serious from here on out. You see, there's been a big oil spill, and the pond has been affected. How affected? Well...
Zack, Becky's dead.
No. Oh, please, give it... Come on, Screech, just clean her off. It's okay, Becky. We'll clean you off. It's no use, Zack. I don't believe that. Come on, Becky.
Mark Paul does a great job filling the panicked, despondent teenager role. Finally on board, Zack confronts Mr. Belding, who can't see how he can dissuade the school board from continuing the drilling.
What can I do? What can you do? You're the principal. Aren't you man enough to scare anyone but the kids?
With the rest of the crew somehow tragically finding their small pond friends, Mr. Belding agrees to try something. In a meeting with what appears to be the smallest school board ever, Dan Grayson outlines plans for the updated Bayside campus. The school board can't even see the demonstration.
Where are the trees?
Well, I'm afraid we'll have to replace them.
No, you mean cut them down and put up an oil derrick.
Zack takes control of the presentation and essentially predicts doom for the school.
Oh, young man, this is outrageous. You give me that. Look at this. I'm covered with oil.
Well, it was an accident, sir.
But at least you'll be alive when you clean it off.
Yo, the end of this episode does not mess around. Nobody wants an oil field, and Mr. Grayson is ignominiously excused. Now, with a much weightier topic this episode, I've let some things slide until now. I know you're thinking, so now he can respond to this thing? And you're right. One of those things is probably from this interaction.
I feel as bad as you do. I loved going down to the pond and feeding Becky.
Just Becky? Just the one duck named after your wife? That's right. Screw Lyle, Sammy, and...
Oh, Manny.
Or maybe you want me to discuss matters of time and space? But think about it. The oil was first found on Friday as the goalposts were being replaced. Students should not have been too close to this operation, yet the oil's breach was far enough to soil several students. That's a big mess. Then Monday, another spill annihilates the beloved by everyone pond. We don't get a sense for how long cleanup took, but it probably took way longer than what the show presents as possibly a day. Cleanup likely took weeks. I'd think that would be a stronger argument than oil on my starched shirt. I know what you're looking for. Real-life examples that may have influenced the episode. Oil under a high school wasn't a novel idea. As far back as the late 1920s, oil had been pumped from under Beverly Hills High School and was likely producing hundreds of thousands of dollars annually to the school. One alum was Tori Spelling. The oil wells were plugged up in 2020.
Oh, I know what you want. It's time to play Spot That Party of 5 Heartthrobs Got Wolf. How about instead we play Spot That Other Guy from Starship Troopers, Casper Van Dien. There he is. And there he is. And right there. Jeff's gonna steal your girl too, bro. I know half of you are clamoring for me to discuss Zack's reactions to death. The death of Chief Henry? Stone-faced. The death of his relationship to the perfect girl? Stone-faced. The death of Becky the Duck? Inconsolable lamentation. Now, I know what's been gnawing at you this whole video.
Come, my darling. Let's all go to the beach. The camos are ready.
Just gonna ignore that hate crime, huh?
Oh, this shouldn't be seen as offensive. Kelly just has a thing for her guys dressed up all Middle Eastern. Don't kink shame her. We all have our things. And mine does not deal with chains and Saved by the Bell, but more like girls on rollerblades. Our final curiosity is a moment that has been immortalized in the show's opening credits. Until now, I've been under the assumption that Kelly's hand misses that group high five. But if you'll look close, you'll see that Screech's hand is in front of Kelly's elbow and gets thrown out first. Also, from this frame, you can see that Kelly's arm is still pretty far back before that lower hand comes through. Does this really matter? No, but technology has given me the opportunity to break this down. So I did. Hiram Kasten played Mr. Phelps, or as I like to call him, not Mr. Morton. The thing is, he could have been a Mr. Morton type of teacher, as Hiram began his career as a comedian. He worked consistently in New York, LA, Las Vegas, and on cruise ships. He even starred as Joey Bishop in The Rat Pack is Back. Early on in his career, he made friends with Jerry Seinfeld, which landed him the role as one of Elaine's co-workers in some episodes of Seinfeld, as well as a spot on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and whatever Larry David's Sour Grapes movie was. He had parts in beloved shows like Everybody Loves Raymond and Seventh Heaven. After a long career in entertainment, Hiram died in mid-2024 after several battles with his own body. Oil Turd Dan Grayson was played by Gary Lottie, whose career was brief and mostly over before appearing on Saved by the Bell. He did, however, star in George Romero's Knight Riders, which is clearly something I need to check out.
Belding, we're rich. When it comes to school, you have got a lot to learn.